Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Sohinki and we have today, as always,
Mari!
Joven!
Lasercorn,
Raw, and Wes.
And we are
New
Element
6
6, aka
NE6
aka
Yes!
I feel that to my soul every time, aka Lasercorn.
the Mummy Tummy Rumblers.
I like that. Comment below if you're a mummy tummy rumbler.
Sounds like a mummy's got some diarrheals.
Mummy needs some Pepto.
They come with built-in TP.
Yeah, built-in TP.
That's very true. So today on New Element 6, what we're going to be doing is a little mini game starting things off called Push the Button. Push the button. Followed by our main topic, which is going to be what we wish we were good at. Any skill you wish you could matrix download into your brain and be good at.
And then just remember that if you are watching this on YouTube, this is a cut-down version. There are extended versions. If you are a Patreon supporter on any of our tiers, you get access to an extended YouTube version. Though over the weekend, we do put an audio-only extended version on all things where you would stream podcasts from. By all, I mean the main three.
And with that being said, we should get into our little icebreaker game. Lasercorn, would you like to explain Push the Button?
This is will you press the button? You're given 2 prompts. They will both happen if you press the button. One is good, one is bad. You got to decide whether the good one outweighs the bad one. And I would like to point out, I heard Noah Grossman doing this on his podcast, which you should definitely check out. And I'm like, this would be fun. We should play it. I guess we'll do 6 of these because there's 6 of us. But let's get started. So the very first one is you earn money for doing something you love, but it will probably start a zombie apocalypse. Will you press the button? And because we're all already doing something we love, we will say for the sake of argument that hypothetically for this scenario, we all work at El Pollo Loco.
Ooh, do I get unlimited mac and cheese?
I'm bringing back the sweet corn cake, that's all I'm saying.
We work at El Pollo Loco, but we desire to be gamers for a living.
Something else, yeah.
I will argue, if there is a zombie apocalypse and there is no audience for us to speak to the way we speak to, there is no way that we could do what we do. So, for me, I would not press that button.
Did you say probably? You said probably. It will probably start a zombie apocalypse.
I was in the same boat as Mari with not pressing the button until FLitz brought up his point. Now, probably technically only means there's like a 51% chance, as low as a 51% chance. So I'm just going to assume it's only a 51% chance and I'm pushing the button.
I'm gonna roll those bones too and push the button. It's a risk, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. I am not making chicken tacos for the rest of my life. Push it.
You're all terrible people.
You know, zombie apocalypse also means that money is pretty useless. Just throwing that out there, but I'm still pushing the button.
If it happens, if Wes.
See, what you guys didn't know is that Jovenshire doesn't want to be a YouTuber. Jovenshire just wants to get paid to hunt the undead.
That's
So
why
I
he's
say,
pushing
bring me
it.
that apocalypse. It's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
In pressing the button, you're actually enabling your career.
Yes.
Are you pushing the button? 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh, you're all terrible.
Yeah, we're good.
Let's say
We
no.
don't
Let's
care.
say no.
I care about what happens to me and very little about what happens to everyone else. I feel like we already knew this.
Look, I'm just saying it's only a 51% chance.
Oh my God, this one's weird. All right, next one. You have an infinite amount of apple juice, but some bottles may not be apple juice.
Like it's urine?
That's a weird one.
Quick sidebar, I rotted all my teeth when I was a kid because I refused to drink milk when I was little and I drank only apple juice, that all of my baby teeth were all rotted out. It was so gross, yeah.
Okay, and now we know why Mari is short.
I'm supposed to be 6'7".
That's a fun fact that I wish I didn't know, yeah.
I love me a good glass of apple juice, but I don't love it enough to risk drinking urine, so I don't think I'm pushing.
Can we recycle the bottles?
You just dump it out and then like...
Oh, that's a good scam. Yeah, just dump out all the juice. So you have an infinite supply of 5 cents.
Yeah, and if you have an unlimited supply, you could probably become like the new Martinelli's or like the new Welch's apple juice company.
$1 billion idea right there.
No, you'll get yourself sued if some bottles aren't apple juice.
Just open the bottle and smell it first, you psychos.
I like Flitz's plan. I'm gonna push the button because I feel like we could game this system 3 cents at a time.
3 cents at a time, you'll become super rich.
Make some money. Yeah.
Who's pressing the button?
Yeah.
All right,
Joven said
Joven's the
no.
only
Joven
one.
said no.
Oh,
It's
I
fine,
don't wanna
Joven.
become a
Don't be an
billionaire
investor
3
in our
cents at a
business,
time.
but we're gonna make tons of money.
That's right.
Open the bottle and smell it first, You psychos?
Yeah,
What if it's something
exactly.
that smells like apple juice? All right.
Side business, a bottled pea business. That's 2 businesses that you can make up.
Yeah, that's someone somewhere. It's good for your hair.
Somebody needs it.
Here's the side business you call, the side business is called Is It Urine? People pay to mail a bottle to their friends, and it might be urine, it might be apple juice.
That's really funny.
$1 billion idea right there.
Honestly, it might work on the dark web.
I feel like this is going to become a YouTuber challenge. Like, is it urine or is it apple juice?
You have to take shots.
Next one. You will be able to memorize anything you want, but to do so, you have to inject a needle into your eye.
So it's like basically you can matrix learn something, which kind of leads into our topic today, but you have to inject it into your eyeball.
No. To get this skill to memorize anything you want, you have to inject a needle into your eye. So you inject some sort of like serum.
I see. Okay, so you can memorize anything you want after injecting a needle in your eye.
I hate needles.
Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat.
I think we're all on the same page for that one, at least.
I don't do needles, and I definitely don't do needles into my eye.
Oh, you're saying you have to do it yourself.
Lasercorn, you and I have done LASIK. We've already had lasers in our eyeballs.
You have to inject a needle into your eye. I have to physically take it and inject it. And by the way, Mari, that whole time I was having like a panic attack. So.
I was too. It's weird. I didn't like it either. Wait, but maybe it's the universal you. It's like you have to.
I took that as universal you.
If we can all agree that someone else does the injecting, like LASIK, then yeah, I'll do it.
The royal you is too easy. I would say this has to be, it has to be you. Like, this is a 50-50 thing.
Then no. If I have to do it myself, then no. 3, 2, 1.
I don't even like to give blood.
Yeah.
I don't like needles.
I've made it through
There's
this
no
far,
blood.
this much of my life with a terrible memory. I could keep going.
Well, no, this is what I was gonna say. Your eyeball apparently doesn't have like blood vessels, like a bunch of blood vessels, but what you do have is more nerve endings in your eye because of that.
So Joven, I'm questioning your choice to not hit the button on this one, because what do you have to lose? You're already blind.
Jesus, that's cold-blooded.
I think like a fear of needles is like whatever that word is. It is an irrational fear that even when I go to the doctor's office to get like blood drawn,
It's not irrational. Needles equals pain.
honestly doesn't hurt that much, but it's just like it causes this anxiety in my brain just thinking about it. I can feel it. I can't do it.
What it comes down to is that Wes, Sohinki, and I are gonna have one glass eye, and we're gonna be smart as hell.
Joven, I'm right there with you, man. I do not like needles at all. But I feel like me and Joven, because of that fear, less likely to be heroin junkies.
That's my boy.
High five.
High five.
You guys high-five the same direction.
Don't take into account all the other negatives that come along with being a heroin junkie. You know, it was just the needle part.
And that was Will You Press the Button? Shout out to Noah. Thank you for making me think of this game.
All right, so that was Push the Button, and we're going to get on to the things that we wish we were good at. But first, this.
Oh boy, time to enjoy some tasty. Oh, nuts. My shirt evaporated again. Has this ever happened to you? Looks like he needs the Team Pinecone shirt. Team Pinecone shirt? Did I stutter? I mean, yes, the Team Pinecone shirt. Here, try one for yourself. Wow. Gee, thanks, mister. It fits well, I mean, it's not falling off. Yes, that's one of the Team Pinecone shirt's many features. It also comes with matching armholes, is made of 100% material, and comes in more than 2 sizes. So then, 3 sizes. I swear to God, sass me one more time, you little... Yes, now you too can show your support for the cone that has endured so many trials and tribulations. Will this shirt make my bullies stop picking on me? It sure will. Unless, of course, your bullies hate pine cones, in which case the shirt will almost certainly guarantee an increase in bullying. Oh, okay, but how do I know if my bullies don't like... It also comes in this swell hoodie. So what are you waiting for? Click on the link in the description below to get yours. And when you act now, you'll be acting now. Order today.
All right, our main topic for today is things that we wish we were good at.
I wish I was good at just picking up any language, like automatically. I want to be multilingual and just be able to talk. Oh, and then this also goes for like ancient languages too.
Now, is it just to understand via Audible, or where you can read it as well.
Yeah, I just want to be fluent in all languages.
So just understand all forms of language, completely fluent.
I don't think this was a superpower thing. I think it was just like if you had a skill you were good at. That's how I interpreted it.
There's like UN translators that know every language.
In being bilingual, it is definitely a thing where it's like when your brain is equipped to learn languages better from a young age, you have an easier time learning. So I don't have a terribly hard time learning new languages and picking up some words, but it's retaining it. And I'd love to be able to have like the brain malleability.
Would you travel like more? Do you think that would like open up your ability to travel? Because like one of the reasons why I don't I get nervous about traveling to some countries is if I don't know the native language, I'm out of my element, I'm confused, I'm lost more so than I already am in the place where I do understand people. So do you think that would open that door for you even more than you already travel?
No, I think I travel without that fear. I've gone to places where I absolutely don't know the language, but part of the appeal of traveling is learning cultures and learning languages.
Mine's not quite as I guess as cool as Mari's, but I would like to become an expert helicopter pilot.
Oh geez, wait, no, didn't Harrison Ford? He was just in the news, at least at the time of filming this, because he landed the wrong way on an airfield as someone was taking off.
He's not had the best luck with vehicles. You know, remember the scene in Indiana Jones where he whips himself in the face? Last Crusade on the train? Yeah, that's because he got in a car crash and got a scar on his lip, so they were adding continuity.
It's really interesting how many celebrities or people of that level choose to be like, I'm going to learn how to fly a helicopter. Bill Burr is another one. He flies helicopters.
So here's the thing. I think if I were going to pick one, I would prefer to learn to fly planes, because if something goes wrong in a plane, you can kind of glide it down, whereas something goes wrong in a helicopter, you're just kind of boned. A plane turns into a glider if something goes wrong.
What kind of real world applications, like why do you want to learn how to helicopter? Like how would this change your day-to-day, if at all?
Oh, I would take a helicopter everywhere. You know, a helicopter can take off and land pretty much anywhere you want. In an apocalypse situation, you know, like we talked about a couple episodes ago, I'd just be like, peace, bitches! And throttle this thing up.
Wes is always thinking ahead to that apocalypse.
Well, let me propose to you, Lasercorn, something that a pilot proposed to me, because I told him I was afraid of flying, and he's like, well, you should learn to fly. And I was like, that sounds terrifying. And he goes, you should learn to fly a gyrocopter. A gyrocopter is basically a plane that can take off at really low speed. So it has like the propeller thing, but it also is a plane. So same thing. If you had electrical failure, it would become a glider. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, that sounds awesome. That's exactly what I want then, a gyrocopter. But all that aside, Wes, I think learning to fly is a good skill. And if you ever have the means, you should totally pursue that.
Mine is not intricate or anything. I would love to be a master pianist.
Pianist. He said pianist.
You want to get that finger work. I admire that. I've wanted that too, but never got the like.
Piano's hard though, man. I lasted 2 weeks when I was a kid, and I was like, nah, you know, this ain't for me. I wanted to mention our mutual friend, wrestler Shane Thorne. He's trying to teach himself piano at the moment during quarantine as well, and he's saying he's having a you know, not a tough time, but it is a challenge.
It takes a lot of time, and so like something that I've never been good at in my life is being bad at something. And I don't say that in the arrogant way that it sounds. Like I get too frustrated when I'm bad at something, and that causes me to give up on things too easily.
As much as you see that from an outside perspective, I also see how it fuels you getting better at things.
When I'm really passionate about something, that same thing that makes me not like to be bad is also the thing that pushes me to practice more.
Peter, his fingers are so strong. When he types on his keyboard, it just sounds like crazy mashing, and it's from his piano.
Well, you know what no one tells you about learning piano is that it's actually really exhausting for your fingers. Pressing the keys, like, it takes a lot of effort. Even as a gamer, like, if it's like a different muscle. I have small hands too, so stretching my hands to hit certain chords.
A side story, my little brother is an amazing piano player. He actually composed a concert for my stepdad, who's a cardiologist and can't be near the rest of our family, and played him a concert while inside the house, and my stepdad was outside the window. It was really cute, yeah.
And then to pre-answer Joven's question of how it would affect my everyday life, I've always wanted to be the guy like walking through like the busy like train or airport or whatever, and there's just a piano out, I've always wanted to be able to like sit down and start playing. And I totally would if I knew how to play piano.
To kind of side tangent this specific topic because of your thing wanting to play piano, and do we all have like one instrument that we wish we could play? And then like what would our concert include?
This is what I want to play. I want to play them double guitars.
Way to one-up me, Mari. Oh, you want to learn guitar? Double guitar.
What's better than guitar? Double guitar!
If your voice counts as an instrument, I would like to get better at singing.
I know this is an aside to the aside, but I actually played violin from 4th through 7th grade. And at the time, I could read music like pretty fluently. And then I took like 2 years off, and then like by the next time I looked at a piece of music, I couldn't read it.
I'm gonna be basic and say guitar.
I am in love, and I say that with as much passion as I can because I really do feel it inside of my soul. The cello. It is, and like when you have like an attractive lady playing the cello, it's even better.
Have you ever heard of Murder by Death, Joven? There's a band called Murder by Death, and the strings on strings, the celloist, I've seen them live multiple times, and oh my gosh, just so good.
I don't know if I have actually.
I'll change mine. I'm guitar.
So we've got a cellist, we've got a violinist, we've got our lead singer, we've got a guitar player, a pianist, and a double guitar.
Going off of Wes and learning the talents of each person, I would say what I want to be good at, and this is a thing that y'all are good at, a few of you, is better self-promotion and management. And, you know, that if I feel like I have my own hangups, whether they're concerned about bothering other people or making sure that I'm being authentic, you know, and I don't want to be a bugaboo. So I have like weird hangups that keep me from applying everything I know. So I deal with personally not applying everything I know, but knowing and feeling like having a gut feeling like if I applied everything I know, if I woke up one day and I was like, I'm gonna just start swinging off on everything that I am capable of, like in a fair amount of time, I would become the millionaire I dream of.
Yeah, I think with FLitz, you know, like right now, literally you're wearing Sub Nation hat and shirt. And I think the way that you are able to uplift other people's brands so easily, so without thinking anything, that is something that you can apply to your own business and see it as a business and not just you. Yeah, and like and have that barrier. And I think for me that was the big switch, being able to see me as Mari, a person, and then Atomic Mari, a brand, and being able to talk about that as something that is a little bit more separate than making it so personal, and taking emotion out of it and just seeing it as, how do I package this as a brand, as opposed to, hi, I am a person trying to sell you my business sort of deal. So I think it's just a flip in understanding that, and then and changing the way you talk about something, because you wouldn't talk about Sub Nation in a way where it's like, well, it's run by these people and they're really trying their hardest. It's like, no, Sub Nation is blah 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 blah, and you have a pitch for it already. And so I think it's just a mental flip for you, and that should be easier.
The pitch, yeah, because once you have a clear-cut elevator pitch, there's no ums or ahs around it. You have a better, clear idea of what your brand is in this particular case. Yeah, that's good. That is good. That's great advice. This
sounds backwards, but what helps me be more productive is not being too hard on myself or being unproductive. Because I think for me, I would get so worked up about the things that I wasn't doing that it would spiral into me just not having the energy or not having the confidence or whatever it was to like do the things I need to do. And as soon as I let up on myself a little bit, all of a sudden I felt energized when I did start working, because I wasn't like so down on myself. So that's just me personally, but it helps me when I'm less hard on myself in general.
So going back to skills we wish we were good at, I would say computer coding. That would be cool. That was gonna be my second. If I was deciding what I wanted to major in, and it was gonna be either computer coding or video production, I went with video production. But I always wonder, what would have happened if I'd gone with computer coding instead.
You know, he would have created the darker web. It's the one below that.
You'd be a hacker. You'd be anonymous, like in a second.
The even darker web. The pitch black web.
But if you were to like learn this skill right now, instead of having like an alternate timeline, like how would you apply it?
I would probably attempt to code a game. You know, here's what I would do. If I understood coding, I would probably, because I have game ideas. So I wouldn't try to make a game on myself because I obviously have other time commitments and that would be silly. But if I did learn coding and understood it enough, I would probably try and find like-minded coders that were into, you know, what I was doing.
I'm extremely disappointed that you did not say that you would have made Pygmy Panic and dogfights.
I would make Pygmy Panic. You didn't let me finish, Sohigme. Sohigme.
Sohigme.
That's Sohinki's Pygmy name. Sohigme. I would
love
get
it.
together other like-minded coders, and I would make that game.
If you were a coder, like a master coder, I would bug you all the time. I would be like, hey, I have this idea for a phone app. Can you make it for me? And then be like, hey, can you code my website now? And then I'd be like,
And of course, being friends with you, Mari, I would say, you can't afford me.
wow.
I'd write you a song about why you should program my website for me.
And I would say, oh, thank you, but I am not moved to compassion.
Wow.
Well, that's been the things that we wish that we were good at. Comment below with some things that you wish you were good at, and maybe some things about the things that we were saying. If you have anything to add on, perhaps a band name for Joven's rock band, a made-up language that Mari could learn. I don't know. Comment below. And now we're going to head into NE6 questions, but first, this. And now, Daft Punk Poetry presents, Oh Captain, My Captain. Oh Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rack, the prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bells I hear, the people all exulting. But oh heart, 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 oh the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain lies. Falling. For you, bouquets and ribbon wreaths, for you the shores are crowding, for you they call the swaying mass, their eager faces turning. Dear Captain, dear Father, this arm beneath your head, it is some dream that on the deck you've fallen cold and dead. My captain does not answer, his lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm, he has no pulse nor will. The ship is anchored safe and sound, its voyage closed and done. From fearful trip the victor ship comes in with object one. Exalt, O shores, and ring, O bells, but I, with mournful tread, walk the deck. My captain lies, fallen, cold and dead. This has been Daft Punk Poetry. All right, and now for NE6 questions, the part of the show where we answer NE6 questions that you guys have. And of course, we have our Patreon tier with the Elite 6. I was hoping that... Hey, there it is. Where you have your answers guaranteed answered. But of course, we have other slots where you can just hashtag NE6 on Twitter, Instagram, wherever. We'll check it out and we'll look at it and we'll answer NE6 questions. And I believe Mari has some questions ready for us.
Ooh, yeah. This one comes from our first Elite 6. Gabe Chatrags asks, if you could have augmentation like in Cyberpunk, what would you have for yourself?
Oh, that would be a fun twist.
Just going piggybacking off of the thing you wish you're good at, I'd like to have a thing implanted where I can understand any language.
Oh, an implant. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
I would have a system that regulates my adrenaline and stuff so I can run faster, farther, for longer without damaging myself.
I want leg enhancements so I can jump super high and I also don't take fall damage in real life.
All right, so this next question comes from Robert Sigmon Jr., also an Elite 6 member. He asks, if NE6 was made into a movie, what actor or actress would play each of you? Great question. I'm gonna say let's make it a twist answer for each other.
Okay, so Mari, Jackie Chan.
No, Brenda Song. Mari gets Brenda Song.
Brenda Song.
Oh, I was gonna say Scarlett Johansson.
Oh my god, where?
That's so wrong.
Oh, I get the joke. That's funny.
Come on, Joven! Took that long?
I don't get the joke.
They whitewashed her.
Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, right. The whitewashing. I get it.
FLitz is played by... Is it weird if it's Samuel L. Jackson because he's so much older?
I think it's weird. Is that the only black actor that you can think of?
She's like, no, also Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh my god. I think of Samuel L. Jackson from Kingsman.
Yeah, actually, yeah, in that movie.
He literally is FLitz.
He was alternate timeline evil me.
Whoever was in like the costume department like took a picture of FLitz and they're like, this is who we're basing it off of.
I'm gonna cast Sohinki, and it will be the acting debut of that singer guy. What's that singer guy's name, Mari?
Russ?
Yeah.
Yes,
It's gonna be
dude.
the acting debut
Russ.
of Russ.
Wait, who is Russ?
He's a rapper, and I'm telling you, he looks just like you, dude.
R-U-S-S, American
Yes,
rapper.
every single time I see Russ, I'm like, this is Sohinki with long hair.
I don't look like Russ.
I want to cast Lasercorn. Lasercorn, you'd be played by Danny DeVito.
Can I offer you an egg in this trying time?
I think that's the best representation of Lasercorn.
I was thinking Seth Green for Lasercorn.
I am a big Seth Green fan.
You'd have to work on the voice. I would say Elijah Wood.
Well, Wes cast me first, so I'll pick Joven, and I'll say Wesley Snipes.
Snipes has the range.
You know what? You know who I'm gonna give you, Joven, and I know you'll love this. I'm gonna give you Carl Urban.
Ooh, yeah! Get that boy some work. All right. I will wrap this up with taking Wes. Might have to put him in a wig or something. Or even early Wes. We've got Freddie Prinze Jr.
That's a good one.
He's got the muscles for it. He's got the boyish, charming face.
You know, doesn't he do like the eyebrow thing too? That Wes does?
That's The Rock.
I honestly thought you were going to say Flula, and I would have laughed.
Flula plays German Wes.
Oh, hello there. They have to bring in a voice double.
I was gonna go with Amelia Clark for Wes.
Oh,
I
that
think
one's
she could-
better. That one's better.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, that would be a great gender bent one, yes.
Gender
Love
bent?
it.
Is Wes not a girl? What?
Lasercorn.
At Almond Joy asks, if you could cosplay any one character perfectly, who would it be? And for Wes specifically, is there any character you've always wanted to cosplay but haven't had the time or funds to do so?
I want to be one of the best friends from Jimmy Neutron, which I believe is actually voiced by Robert Paulson. Rob Paulson.
His name was Rob Paulson.
I don't know if it's a good idea.
I don't have any Static Shock. I would remix it though. It would be fresh.
Can you please do that, though, FLitz? Please?
I would want to do something that like covered my face. I'm thinking like the Doomslayer.
Gosh, I don't know. This is so much pressure. I want to pick something that's like really crazy, extravagant, and big so that it would be like, you know, if it's perfectly done. Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Brenda's song from the first episode of Dads.
He knows way too much about Brenda's song.
Dads, isn't that show that was canceled after like half a season?
It was a full season.
How do you know all this stuff, Joven?
Was it good? I heard it was terrible.
No, it was horrible.
Mari, look up Queen of Blades.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, it's what a extravagant costume that would be.
Yeah, I can totally see you as Kerrigan. Holy crap, that'd be so badass.
You're talking about the Zerg Kerrigan, right? Before she got turned back?
Yeah, Zerg Kerrigan. Yeah.
Ooh, that would be cool.
One of the costumes that I've always wanted to do was Sephiroth, and I'm getting the hair for it eventually. It's something my stream is actually raising money for me to do a Sephiroth cosplay.
You just need a 30-foot long sword.
I 3D modeled it, actually. It's a breakdown version, so I can print it out in sections, and then it all pieces together, so it'll be huge.
That's how I use my penis, actually.
You have a 3D printed penis?
Is that just a dildo?
It's a Frankenstein situation. He actually took penises from a bunch of corpses and sewed them together.
Ew. I'm sorry for saying this.
Yeah, no, you've opened the hole, and now it's there.
You've opened the hole.
At Kurgoppy asks, question, pickle or pineapple? Quick, easy question. Pickle! Joven, you know, we love our pickle shots.
Picklebacks.
Picklebacks!
You're weird. Ew.
On a pizza, pineapple.
Pineapple.
I would like to eat both of them.
I'm That Guy asks, Joven is usually the butt of the joke. Do the rest of you think you could be able to take the same amount of flack as Joven has over the years and remain in the industry? That's a really great question. What most people don't know is that Joven, yes, he is the butt of the joke for a lot of it, but behind the scenes and what you don't always see, he's brilliant. He's really, really good at what he does, and he's damn smart, and he's hella intelligent.
You don't tell him these things. I could physically see his ego inflating.
Yeah, which is why he becomes the butt of the joke, because we have to bring him down a peg. Just bring his feet down, because they're floating up into the clouds all the time, so we bring him down.
It's funny because I forget like how like comments can really affect people. And the only reason I'm thinking about this now is because Kate and I were talking about it in conversation recently while talking to her sister. Because like when we first started dating, I was like, let's make you a YouTube channel. We're gonna make you famous. I know how to do this. It's easy. And she was doing some makeup stuff, and I thought the makeup stuff was good. It was great. We had Mari in one of those videos. But like, I think on her Harley Quinn one, there were just like a few people that were like, really, this is your Harley Quinn makeup? And it affected her. I was like, oh, that's right. This is what it's like on YouTube.
It's like Joven takes a lot of flack, but I think we all took more flack from when we first started.
I know for a fact that I would not be able to take as much shit as Joven does from the rest of us. That's just me. Like, I think I would be pretty sensitive if that was my role. But it's also like Joven falls into this role because, hey, he welcomes it.
I don't know. I remember my first couple of videos, like comments were mean, and that's when I started, you know, typing like, I banged your mom and stuff.
I think what audiences don't always see is that we take it to a certain level with each other and not just Joven, because we know what our limits are and what our buttons are and what our hot buttons are. We've developed it over many, many years of knowing each other on camera, and most of it outside of like not being on camera. So as much as it looks like he's like constantly the butt of the joke, it's because that is our dynamic, because there's a level of trust and respect and responsibility in that. So I think that's something that's not always seen or communicated. At Topher, Ryuk asks, if you could do one outrageous thing, what would it be? Mine is swim with penguins. So outrageous doesn't necessarily mean like insanely dangerous or anything.
Just like over the top.
Over the top, yeah.
Like once in a lifetime, people don't actually get to do this kind of thing.
Is it like, but like get away with it?
I would say get away with it. I mean, there's no guarantee. How about that? There's no guarantee it's going to be successful or not, but it's just like, it's an experience that you would have. An outrageous thing.
Go to the moon.
That's a great one. I'll hop on that train. Rocket, shuttle, go to the moon.
Yeah, it's not a train. There's no trains that go there, but okay.
There's animes where that does happen, so space train.
I think I would want to maybe swim with a pod of dolphins. Like the ones that are actually like, hey, hang out.
But they might try and sex you though.
That's right, dolphins have sex with people.
And that's how I met your mother.
I just imagine FLitz swimming like a dolphin, though. Like popping out of the water and like wiggling the whole thing. Like that's literally what popped into my head when you said that.
This is a Crystalia bit, but it's true. Don't look it up or do. You should know.
I want to be in a high-speed chase. Or at least just have a reason to drive really, really fast and you know, be able to, like, I don't know, whether I'm the one being chased or I'm chasing someone. I just want to drive really safe.
Is it the same thing if you're like on a track and you're driving fast, or do you need somebody chasing you for it to feel...
No, because like a track is, you know, we got circle and circle and circle. Maybe a Mario Kart style track, but like yeah, it's too controlled. I want to have like you're moving around traffic, you're going down alleys or something, you know, through fruit vendors.
I'm gonna try and one up the space travel people. I want to go to Mars. You want to go to the moon? I'm going to Mars. I'm going to a whole nother planet.
Lasercorn's gonna have sex with the Martian.
And after building Joven up so much, we have to bring him down a notch.
No, I like this new thing. I like this. What is this feeling?
Okay, this one is from 8/14/15. So back in 2015, he said, if you've been invited to the Warp Zone party, make sure to invite yourself.
What does that mean?
Everyone, that was our show. Thank you for watching. We'll see you here next week, and we'll see you on podcast stations everywhere if you're listening from there. Thank you. We'll see you next week. Good God.
This feels like one where you were drinking a little.
No, but that's how he says everything.
Normally with Jovenisms, I am next to right. This was just wrong. This was drunk and stupid wrong.
And I can even hear it in your voice. You said it very confidently.
It doesn't matter what it is. He says it with confidence, and that's why this book is the thing. Because everyone else is like, is this correct? And Joven's just like, nope, this is the fact.